more about the car industry than the boss of Jaguar Land Rover.
It would be fair to say that ever since Boris Johnson used a rather old-fashioned Anglo-Saxon term to describe British business, he has not been the most popular man in the boardrooms of British business. So I think there is a sort of battle between those two sides. But I think there is a feeling that something has to be done, that there need, I mean, goodness me, the number of times I've heard the expression, all we need is clarity, over the past couple of years. It's gone from being a hope to now being a sort of desperate wail. They need something.
Now, Beth, just very simply, talk us through what's actually going to happen today. When are we going to know what's going on, who's won, and all the rest of it?
OK, so in terms of the process of the day, what will happen this morning is the Speaker will select amendments, and everyone's been watching to see what will happen with those amendments. There then will be a further debate. Geoffrey Cox, who's the most senior figure, legal brain in the government, will open the debate. And crucially, Theresa May, in this last plea again to MPs, will close the debate. And we expect the voting to start at about 7 o'clock, and it could go on for up to 2 hours. So that's kind of the contours of the day.
Through,
yes. Yeah.
And then at the very end of it, if the Prime Minister's heavily defeated, I suppose we could be looking at a Prime Ministerial resignation.
Well, in normal times, I mean, let's just step back a minute in terms of this vote and how historic and significant could it be. This could be the biggest defeat of a Prime Minister this century, if not ever. I mean, if you think about rebellions in the past on Iraq, I think 139 Labour MPs voted against their leadership. David Cameron had the biggest European...
Of course, Tony Blair won that vote.
He won that vote, thanks to the Conservatives. David Cameron had the biggest European rebellion back in 2011. This is of modern times, when 81, I think it was, of his own backbenchers voted for a motion for a referendum, and that did in the end come to pass. So I just want to put it in the context of this is going to be a massive defeat potentially for her. In normal times, yeah, of course, a Prime Minister will resign. She can't command the House and she can't command her own party, but we are not in normal times. She has no intention of resigning. In fact, I think the thing to watch today is the contours of her Plan B emerging from the votes and amendments. And the reason I say that is there is this Morrison amendment. This is tabled by the chair of the Select Committee, the Northern Ireland Select Committee. And it proposes to put, and it's a bit detailed, but a sunset clause on the backstop. And essentially, all you need to know about that is it puts an end date on it. It says, by the end of 2022, whatever happens with future negotiations on trade, we're out of the backstop, right? Now, this is something that Brexiteers, of course, want, that the European Union has pushed back on. And I think Theresa May will be looking today to see how many of her MPs support that amendment, because although it's unlikely it will get through without French bench support, she can't be seen to support it because it flies in the face of what she's agreed with Europe. It might give her a Plan B to go back to Europe and say, look, I can get this deal through, but you've got to give me more on the backstop. So I think that's perhaps the game, but it won't detract from the big moment where she has this resounding defeat.
That game is going to emerge. There are now just hours to go until that crucial Commons vote, as Beth saying, starting at about 7 o'clock this evening. So how do the numbers stack up? Well, of the Conservative Party's 317 MPs, 192 have indicated they will vote for the Prime Minister's deal. 109 said they'll vote against it, and that includes hardline Brexiteers and staunch Remainers. Then there are 10 members of the Democratic Unionist Party who, in spite of their confidence and supply agreement with the government, have said they won't support the deal. The majority of Labour MPs are towing Jeremy Corbyn's party line, that this deal represents a bad deal for Britain. The SNP, with 35 MPs at Westminster, are also set to vote against, as are most of the Liberal Democrats. The Prime Minister could pick up a few votes from rebel Labour MPs and independents, but the other smaller parties have all signalled their opposition. So based on their voting intentions, either stated publicly or to members of the Sky News team, Theresa May could be facing a potential defeat by a majority of 225. However, there is a big caveat to that figure, because there could well be some abstentions, and of course MPs can change their minds without making that public in advance of the division. Well, with me now is the former Cabinet Minister, Education Secretary, Justine Greening. Justine Greening, good morning to you. Where do you think things are heading today?
I think it will be defeated heavily.